Anthony Hartwig here with a very special player profile. We are joined by Crestview Volleyball's Abby Emch. And Abby, thank you so much for hopping on in the middle of summer. We're here to talk to you about your trip to Vegas, and boy, was it a fun one.
Yes, it was.
Let's start with just the Infinity Club season as a whole. Before you get to Vegas, you have to do so much in the club season to get yourself to that point and be ranked second in OVR, 34th nationally. What was going through this whole club season like with this Infinity 17s team?
Yeah, so we had to put a lot of work in at practice, which, took a lot, but we're all very talented players. I got the opportunity to play with some amazing players, which was awesome. And, we just put the work in, and that ended with a really great season. So I'm so proud of everyone on my team. It was amazing.
When you started that club season and you realized how much talent you had, you looked at the roster and there's so much talent on this team. I mean, how exciting was that to be able to be in a room in a gym with a bunch of girls that have the same goals as you, that are on the same talent level as you, and to be able to work with them for months on end to be able to get yourself to the point that you did?
It was just incredible. I mean, those girls are not only amazing volleyball players, but amazing people. And to be able to spend that much time with them was just, I'm just so blessed to have had that opportunity and to be with those girls.
All right, so you guys go through a lot. You get to Vegas. I mean, let's talk about this trip. It's the U.S. Junior Nationals, and what was it like to go down there? What were some things that you took away from this trip to Las Vegas?
It was definitely interesting, being in Vegas, but I think it was a once in a lifetime opportunity to, be with them and be in that huge city. So, I mean, it was really cool. It was just watching all the other girls play, competing against all those incredible players and being able to play with some of my best friends. It was a really good time.
It didn't take long when we were getting results in to realize that this was not just a fun trip for you guys. You were there for business. You were there for competing and winning, and you did a lot of winning. You finished fifth at the end of it all when the smoke cleared. What was the volleyball like down there? Like, what were some things that you took away from on the court and being able to compete against really some of the nation's best players in the 17s division?
I mean, it's kind of hard to describe just the level that everybody was at. It's insane. I mean, those girls are huge people, and they're like us. I mean, they practice so much, and they know so much about volleyball, and it's a really good learning experience for all of us. And I don't know, it was a blast.
What do you think were some of the difference makers in the many wins you guys got down there? What were you guys doing so well? What was working so well for that team and to get past a lot of very talented teams across the net?
So we stayed like bonded as a team, and we never gave up. We were down at least a couple of times. We went to three sets, and we were down the first set, and then we came back in the second set and won, and then the third set we won. That happened quite a few times, but we never gave up, and we kept pushing ourselves, and we trusted each other. I think that was a big one. Was the trust that we put into one another.
That's a lot of volleyball squeezed into a small amount of time. I know volleyball players are used to it. The high school season is the same way, where you're playing a lot of games in 1 week, but it seemed like it's a lot of high pressure, high level volleyball in a small amount of time. What was it like to try to push yourselves through all that and fight off the fatigue and be conditioned and still find success?
It was definitely some hard work, but we knew what we were getting ourselves into, and we wanted it. We wanted to be there, and we were just so happy to be there that we didn't really mind the hardness of it all because it was all worth it. We all got to have so much fun and spend so much time together.
Usually if you get to a club team that is that talented, you have to go with players that, probably aren't from your area, all over the region or a couple states. And that's how you find those kind of club teams, whether we're talking any sport, softball, baseball, football, volleyball, basketball. If you're having a team that's that talented, that doing that many things, you're usually having girls from all around the country to come on and be a team like that. But everyone from your team is all in Northeast Ohio, and all but one of them are YSN affiliated players. What's it like to be able to share that with local girls that you see all the time, that you know are in your area and that are just as good as you are?
It's just awesome because some of those girls or all of those girls are like my best friends, and now I get to see them like in games if we play them, and just I just get to spend more time with them all, and it's really awesome to be that close with all of them.
We know that players use those club seasons to better themselves, to raise the bar, to get themselves ready for their next stage, and for you, the next stage is senior year at Crestview, and then beyond at Pitt. But what kind of things did you take away from this summer? What kind of things do you think you got better at and you kind of learned?
Just staying in the game, like mindfulness and focused, and some confidence boosters too, because some of those games were really tough and were really close. And I think myself and as a team, we got through it and we pushed through, and I think that like I'm gonna say trust again. I think that was just a big thing, and I think we all got better on trusting one another. And I think I can take that into my high school season and trust all my teammates and just have a bunch of fun.
I mean, you said it, confidence. I mean, being on a team like this and seeing the success you guys did all season had to just put a lot of confidence into you personally. Um, what's your confidence level at right now? Like, how confident do you think you are in yourself going into your senior season?
I think I'm pretty confident. I think my teammates all really helped with that. It was definitely high before the season, but then getting to play with all these girls, like you said, it just boosted it. And I felt like we all gained a lot of confidence in the season by just being with each other and just having that opportunity to play with each other.
Now, I talked with some of your teammates already before you went to Las Vegas about the experience of playing on this team, and having every girl on the team kind of have the same goal set where they are there for volleyball. They're there because they want to either play in college or they're already committed and they want to, get themselves ready for the college seasons coming ahead. What's it like to be in a room in a gym with the girls that are like minded, that are there for the same reasons you are, and everyone's kind of working for the same goals?
It's just incredible. I mean, we all love volleyball so much and we all just wanted to be there. And that was just awesome to have that much enthusiasm in the gym every day and just get to compete with all those girls, and everybody just loves the sport, and I think that's just awesome.
I know you guys did a lot of fun things in Las Vegas too. What were some things that were special about the trip that weren't on the court for volleyball?
Yeah, we went to dinner a lot, and we some of us actually rode a roller coaster. It's on I think it's on New York, the hotel. It's on a big building, and we just spent a lot of time together. We swam a little bit, but I we did not do the talent show. I don't know if you knew
What a
that.
letdown! I was hearing about this talent show all week, and you didn't even do it.
There was
And
no place or time for it.
and Lay made this big deal about how her talent was have to kept under the rug, and it was a secret,
I still don't know what it
and
is.
we have no idea what it is now. That's disappointing. But the important thing is you guys did so well on the court, and I know your family was down there too. They had a blast. That's a long trip for a family to take. What did it
Yeah.
mean to share that experience with your parents and to have them down there as well, and to be able to not just be on your own down there, but to also be able to share that with your mom and dad?
It was just a blast. I love them both so much. And before we actually played at Vegas, we went to the Grand Canyon and Zion National Park. And that was just so amazing to experience that with them, because I love them so much and I just want to thank them for everything they've done for me.
You just have to tell them that you're getting them used to the travel, because
Yep.
when you go to Pitt, you're going to be traveling a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Especially now that the ACC's gotten even bigger, and you're gonna have teams like Cal and Stanford in the mix as well. So
Yes.
yeah,
I'm
you're gonna be
excited.
traveling quite a bit, just getting them used to it. Let's
Yes.
talk about going into your senior season at Crestview. We're gonna have you on again during the high school season, talk about the fine details of Crestview volleyball and how excited you are to have your senior season. But now that you're going into it, what kind of preseason goals are you setting for yourself that you want to go into the first game in a couple of, a month or so, and you want to say, I want to be here when Crestview volleyball starts?
Yeah, so I want the team to be really well bonded. I think we already are. We've been scrimmaging a lot in the preseason, and then just come August, I just want everybody to love each other, support each other, and by the time games roll over, I think we'll be doing that, and I'm super excited.
I don't know if there's any time for time off, but I mean, do you guys do you give yourself a little bit of a break between getting back from Vegas and then focusing on Crestview, and what is going to take to make this season at Crestview as good as it can be, or is it rolling right into open gyms and workouts, getting ready for senior season?
Yeah, so I have a couple weeks off. Luckily, I'm doing like lifting with the team on Monday and Wednesdays, and then like jump training on Friday. But we start our match point camp at the end of July, and then right on August 1st is our first day of practice and tryouts. So.
All right, so you have a couple of weeks off. That's good.
Yes.
What kind of things are you going to do to kind of give yourself that mental break and to be able to take a breath a little bit before high school gets swinging?
I think just relax, hang out with family and friends, go swimming a little bit. And I'm actually going to a concert in a couple of weeks. It's the Alive Music Festival. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I'm super excited for that.
And now that you do have that time, what other things do you think you can do to get yourself mentally prepared? We talk so much about being physically ready for volleyball season and like giving your body the break that we just talked about, but also you got to get your mind right again. You have to kind of reset and be ready for senior season and everything that comes with senior year, leadership and responsibilities, and it being your last year and having to deal with those emotions. Are you doing anything in the next couple of weeks to kind of gear yourself to that?
Probably just, relax my mind and just think about what I want to do for my senior season, and definitely just relax and just hang out with family. I think that's a big thing.
What are some things that would make this senior season special for you? What are some things like on your big goal board that you can say, like, if we were able to do this, then my senior season will feel like it is complete?
Definitely go to state. I think that would just be amazing and incredible. I don't know, that's our biggest goal. But definitely just get closer with my teammates and, just experience all the things because it's my last season.
State.
Yes.
I love it. When you think of reflecting on this club season, and now that we're going full circle before we end this interview, what do you think is the biggest lesson that you learned this club season that you're going to remember for the rest of your volleyball career because you went through this season with these girls?
That's a good question. I think I've learned so many lessons. I think that just getting to meet all these girls, they've all taught me so many lessons, which is really sad that it's all over, but I think I'm going to remember all of them forever, and I'm going to be best friends with all of them forever. And I think that just to never give up, I think that's a big lesson that we all learned, whether it be in games or just at practices or just hanging out with all of them. Just you can't ever give up. I think there's always a possibility for everything.
All right, Abby, we want to thank you so much for coming on and giving us a recap of your club season. We wish you the best of luck in your relaxation. I know it's going to be hard for you to kind of wind down. I'm sure you're
Yeah.
a person that will find something to do at some point. But and then when we get back to you, we'll hear from you again during the high school volleyball season. We'll give you a proper player profile. But thank you for your time. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you again real soon.
Thank you so much. I also wanted to thank just a couple of people real quick, just
You
my
got it.
parents, my siblings for always being so supportive. Everybody at Infinity, Coach Kurt, Coach Mark, and Brittany, and just all the other coaches, all of my amazing teammates, and then you and everybody at YSN for giving us the opportunity to talk about club and how just awesome it all is.
Hey, well, you are always welcome on YSN. You know that. So we love having you on. And once again, we'll talk to you real soon. We'll have a Crestview player profile. You know that.